You may not have heard of Kaiping, but this small county in southern China has had an outsized impact on history. I'm James Chau with the China Current. Kaiping, or Hoiping in the local dialect, is the ancestral home of thousands of Chinese Americans, especially in New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, the three cities with the biggest ethnic Chinese populations in the United States. The reason why so many of them migrated was for a better life, particularly those from Kaiping, a community that, like so many in China in the 1800s, was deeply impacted by poverty. Mostly, they were men who went to America as laborers. The journey over by boat was anything but certain. If they could afford the fare, it could take years to save up or borrow for a ticket, while the voyage itself was fraught and dangerous. The cost put many in debt, meaning the wages from their first months or years in America went to whoever loaned them the money back home. But the legacy they created was extraordinary, and much of it still stands today. They contributed to milestone projects like the California Gold Rush beginning in 1848 that reshaped the American economy. They also built the first transcontinental railroad, which opened in 1869, connecting the East Coast to the Pacific Coast. And they constructed the Golden Gate Bridge, the world's tallest and longest suspension bridge, when it was completed in 1937. Each of these were engineering marvels, and each of these men, many of them from areas like Kaiping, enabled the prosperity, innovation, and identity America enjoys today. All over the world, immigrants are an invaluable part of our society, be they builders, educators, or health workers. And when we look back, the people from Kaiping and many other parts of China were early examples of a trend. This was globalization before we had a word for it. But life was complex and not everyone survived the experience. Many of the laborers died from exhaustion, disease, and workplace accidents, while others lived in dormitories where conditions were squalid, cramped, and lonely. They were young and poor, unable to speak English, and foreign to their new culture. Of course, no two stories are alike, and there were many educated immigrants who made history. Yat-sen, the father of modern China, was born not far from Kaiping. For a short time he lived in Hawaii and attended the Iolani school that decades later welcomed a student named Barack Obama. In my next video, I continue the story of Kaiping, the prodigal sons who returned home, and the houses they built with design and architecture that have earned them a place on the World Heritage List. I'm James Chau, you're watching The China Current. Follow us on social media at The China Current.